Okay, let's start by paying homage to the Buddha. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So last time we learned already these adverbs. So dadra, data, the hey, there, and also the door from there, therefore, and the data, then, and so on. And also adra, itra, ita, ida, iha, here, and the ado, ido, from here, from now. So, and then ida, he, ida, ni, da, ni, now. And yadra, yata, yahe, where, yado, from where, yada, when. And then gadara, gata, guhe, gahan, where, and then gudo, from where, and then gada, when. Okay, these adverbs. So last time we have already. And then now here, so 9 verbs are provided. Actually, these verbs are also, even though some are new to you, but we can understand. So, firstly, to understand, you see here, this wasadi. So, wasadi, actually here, I provide root was and the a. So, at the time, we have the wasa base and the d. Okay. So, that means if we remove this d, we have the wasa. So, through the wasa, wasadi, wasandi, wasasi, wasata, wasami, wasama, we can build. So to here necessitated D also actually so need preface rusad. But this rusa has special changes to the C, that is C da nisita. But with the D necessitated D sits or he sits. Or so necessitated D necessitated D. And then later, so even though such a the information not included, also we can guess. For example, this was we already know that D is verb termination. This R is conjugated sign. So the remaining one may be mostly root. Only for the one for the necessitated D. So remove D, remove R. Okay, the remaining one is need seed two sound. So at that time, the one is brief. Um, Especially in Pali root has only one sound. One sound. Like the here, you see, was, sad, ta, si, and the rab, da, gam, you see. So if that one has more than one sound, So power is carrot. So that does immediately. So and then here, all root in Pali has only one sound. So that is why we can check. So based on the, we can guess. So for example, root here, this buff is actually we remove D, we remove R. At the time, R gotch. So two sound R and the gotch. So this R is prefix. So only gauge. So gauge can be root or maybe secondary root of the GAN. That is when, GAM to the gauge and SAT to the seed and tar to the DEET. So in this way, we can guess it. Even though the root directly we cannot get, but so secondary root of that one we can guess. So in this way, that is how polybop is easily formed, or we can guess. Okay, so here 9 verbs are provided. Was a D lives, and Nisi the D sits, and then data D stands, and then Sayedi. Sayedi is actually root C. So back here bar where are. So at the time, here you see that E, those root, E is such a change and can be found. So followed by the vowel, E change to the A change to the R. Yeah, that is here, blue and the red color. So I put to notice that one. Okay, and then, so the other one is the verb is Jaradi. Jaradi means practices. So, but here, to complete meaning, I put one word later. How we use this word, we will learn now, not yet. But that isn't just Dhamma and Jaradi. Practice the Dhamma, if you remember, is okay. So to here, Viriya Arabati. So Arabati also, if we remove D, if we remove R, so only R and the rough. R is prefix, root is rough. So in this way we can guess. And then so Vidya Arabati mean make effort or try hard or work hard, make effort. And then sort down all the heading. Also sort down mean ear, okay, later. So all the heading mean gives ear to. But in other meaning will be the other one. But in this place, sort down all the heading. So gives ear to. So here also all the heading, remove D, remove up. Only all that. All that. So this all is coming from the awa. So daha is secondary form of the root da. So da to the daha. So such a change later we will explain. But now shortly we can understand in this way. So now these subjects are also, we already know that so, he, they, don't use singular, don't use plural. So I, and the mayan, we, right? So that is why, using these words, actually we can practice. We can practice, but here just, so, for examples to try to understand that one. But later, so we can build many sentences. So from these vocabulary, these are some of them. Some of them. Okay, so now here, so for example, in this sentence, saw me here already, he, and then, so idani here, we can find this one. So idani mean now. And then the door. So the door mean here, we can find. So the door mean from there. Okay, and then Argandoa. So that Argandoa also in the, so let's say three days or so Babel base. So in the Babel base as a second part, we have already learned, we have already practiced. So Gandawa or something in this way, this Dua form, okay? So that Gandawa is actually okay. So now the other one also we need to note that like this. Oh, sorry. Dua form and the do form. Okay, and then so that form and the ant. So mana and the ana form. And then so the other one is, okay, at the time how many I provided. And so daba aniya, yeah, okay. So daba and the so aniya and the yeah. So at the time also generally I already provided this one is having buff ed and the other one is after buff ing or buff and don't is actually two and the buff infinitive. Okay. And the so that commonly mean buff ed and then and that manaps buff ing. And then here this one is should be basically should be buff ed in this way. We already practiced that one also. Now from that one also we can apply. But in this case, in this example, I only those simple one, we will learn that one later so we can extend our understanding. So that one will help you to understand the, original sutta discourse when we learned. So now, for example, so, he, idani, now, and the door, there. So firstly, at the very beginning, so simply we can say so mean he, idani mean now, the door mean from there. Okay. Agandoa mean, so Agandoa, so you see and the gam. And the gan. So that is why so cam and the ida mean here. And also nizi the d mean sits. So in this way, we can do easily. So he idani now and the door from there agandawa. So come and ida here nizi the d means sits. But that is not in Pali. So that is just English order. So sorry, that is English order, Pali order, word for word translation. So, but in English order, we can understand. So at the time, so he, and here above is sits. Okay, he sits. And then here two verbs. So the meaning of Agandawa is not main verb. Nisidati is main verb. So that is why so agandawa nisidati. In this way can be understood. So he come and sits. But here, because of sit is present tense, that doesn't come also can be he comes and sit. He comes and sit. Okay. And also in Pāļi, verb is main. Not verb is main. So in this line, Agandawa also a kind of the verb, Nisidati also a kind of the verb. So without the leap subject, okay, that subject is main. So connected with the or. So leaving that subject. So before the Agandawa, we can find so idani the door. Idani the door, two words. These idani and the door are connected with the Agandawa. Okay. And then before the nisidati, one word ida we can find. That ida is nisidati, connected with the nisidati. So that means this line to understand simply. So okay, so is one place, and also ida ni the door agandoa is one phrase, and then ida nisidati is one phrase. In this, you also can be understood. So at that time, so mean he, we already know that. And then idani, so idani mean now, the door mean from there. And agandoa mean comes and. So we can change that one. So now comes from there. So according to English word order. So now from there comes and me. Comes, now comes from there and. So in this way can be. Okay, so he now comes from there and now ida nisidati. So ida nisidati also ida mean here. Nisidati means sits. That is just word for word translation for Pali order, but in English, sits here. Okay, sits here. So that is all together. He now comes from there and sits here. Okay, he now comes from there and so sits here. So in this way also simply can be understood. So when we translate in this way, these now from there are connected with the comes and ida here is connected with the sits, nisidati. So in this way can be, understood. Okay, so now, so idani tato agandawa ida nisidati. Maybe this now can be at the very beginning of a sentence or after a subject also, okay, no problem. Now he comes from there and sits here. Okay, so idani dato agandawa ida nisidati. Okay, so and then so this one is just to understand. Maybe you can directly also, oh, here mayan is we, ihami here, agandawami having come or after coming, or the same, or come in, and then sort down all the hama. Sort down all the hama, we can check it, give ear to, so at that time directly we can also. Okay, so now the meaning of these lines. So idani tato agandawa ida nisitati. So here nisitati, then nisitati also we can replace with the datati or wasati. So in this, can be that I mean, so datati or wasati in this way can be, you see, as the 3 sentences, you see. So idani tato agandawa ida nisitati, he sits here, or he stands here, or he lives here. So that means, sentence structure is just simple in this way. So one more point, one important point you need to note is in Pali, these verbs are important. So agandawa and here nisitati or datati or wasati. So firstly find out them. So and then here nisitati also you see t. Because of that that person singular he we can already understood. We can already understand. So that is so is subject. In this way also we can guess. We can link that way. Later as you see, mayan or duan or something in this way subject that person or second person or first person at the time, but form will not be d. So here ma or c or that one also we already practiced, right? Okay, so now so idani tato agandawa ida nisitati. So the meaning of that line is he now comes from there and sits here. Okay, so idani tato agandawa ida nisitati. He now comes from there and sits here. Okay, now I will change to the data D. So idani tato agandawa ida data D. He now comes from there and stands here. Okay, yeah. Stands. And also what's that D mean? Lives. He now comes from there and sit here. Okay. And also what's that D? What's that D? So he comes from there. He now comes from there and lives here. Okay, so so how to practice? Okay, only this verb we need to replace with the using the verb. Only this verb we will replace with the now. So dated D, was that D, and then the other one. So was that D dated D nisi D. Okay. Now say it D. Say it D. Okay, so now who can practice? Who can try with this say it D?
Yes,
Yeah.
So can I practice?
Of course, we got Nanda.
So ida ni tato agantoa ida sayati.
Okay, and the meaning?
The meaning is he now from there come and lie down here.
Lying down here. So, and also to be meaningful in English, that is just wa ora in this way. We need to change.
Get down, get down. Get down, get
down. Okay, so I will.
Go there.
Now in English, it should be like this.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, one more time.
Yes. So idani tato agantoa ida sayati. He now come from there and lies here.
Lies here. Okay.
Lies here. Yes.
So now this line also we can change. For example, so Agandawa also can be changed. So okay. The door also can be changed. So now I will change that one.
Yes.
So idani so dadara nisi date door nisi date door so then or the head. Okay. So nisi date door means sits. Or the head so down or the head means gives ear.
Yes.
Okay, so that is why so idani tadara nisi dawa so dan or the hedi. So that means he nouns sit down there and gives ear to me listen. So that gives ear to also surely can understand listen.
Drop it. Drop it. Yes.
Okay, so now can you practice this line again?
Yes. So idani tatra ni si di toa sotang oda hati. He now come from there and listen.
Okay, comes from there and listen.
And listens.
Yeah.
Oh, he now sit there and listen.
Okay.
He now sit
now
there
is there and listen. Okay. Oh, great. So now if we understand this line, now let's go to the next line. So Mayan iha agandawa so dan odahama. So Miami we iha is the same as the ida. The same. So in the list of vocabulary also we can check if we don't. Get iha me here. So Mayan Iha Agandawa Sodan Odahama. Mayan Ida Agandawa Sodan Odahama. So Agandawa mean come. And Sodan Odahama mean listen. Okay. So now another one who will be volunteer to practice.
May I practice saja dong?
Okay, of course.
Yes. Mayang iha aganto sotang odahama. We now comes and gives ear.
Okay, we now comes and give ear. Okay, one more time.
Yes. Mayang iha agantoa sotang odahama. We now comes and gives ear.
Give ear. Okay.
Yeah.
So now similar to that line, uh, I will change one word. Now instead of the so down or the hammer. So Dhamman Jarama. So Dhamman Jarama means practice the Dhamma. So Dhamman Jarati, practice the Dhamma. Okay, so Mayan Iha Agandawa Dhamman Jarama. Mayan Ida Agandawa Dhamman Jarama. Okay, now who will practice another one? Okay, Damadra. Open your microphone.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, thank you. Mayang iha akan tua damang cerama. We here, I direct first.
Uh-huh.
We come here and practice. We come here and practice the Dhamma.
Okay, and one more time.
Mayang iha akan tua damang cerama. We come here and practice the Dhamma.
Okay, we come here and practice the Dhamma. Okay, now I will change the another word. So actually the same line. Okay, the same line. But now one word I put. Gada. Okay, gada. So at that time, that gada is here you see when, but question. So question. So actually, Maya Iha Agandawa Dhamman Jarama, we come here and practice the Dhamma. So now the meaning of Gada is when. So what by what for what? So when we come here and practice the Dhamma. But question in English, so that is when do we come here and practice the Dhamma? Just when do we? When do we? Okay. So just question. So in Pāļi, we are forming the question is quite simple, not complicated like in English, changing one aura or something. Only just putting such a question one at the very beginning of a sentence. So gada, mayan, so iha agandawa, dhamma, jarama. So when do we come here and practice the Dhamma? Okay. So if you understand this line, now this line we already practiced. Now, before that line, I will put the gada. So gada so. So gada so idani dadara nisi dawa so dan order hati. So at the time also when so dan idani dadara nisi dawa so dan order hati me. So he sits now sorry. Yeah, idani already. That is right, Now we are asking the time. That is the idani need to be removed. Okay. So idani so dadara nisi dawa so dan order hati. When does he sit there and listen? Okay, when does he sit there and listen? So in this way. Okay, now this line, who will practice again?
Dear Sayadaw, if nobody practice, I can practice again.
Okay, you can.
Yes, thank you, Sayadaw. Kada so tatra nisiditwa sotang odahati. That means when does he sit here and listen?
When does he
When sit here,
sit here?
sorry,
Tatra.
tatra sit there
Okay.
and listen. Yeah.
Okay, one more time.
Kada so tatra nisiditwa sotang odahati. When he sit there and listen. When does he sit there and listen?
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
okay, now simple sentence also we can do, and then changing the verb also we can do, and also making the question also we can do, you see. So, and then so I mean, using these words, so we can do practice yourself also. Okay, so building the sentence and changing a word. And see, only 4 sentences I provided. So actually, that is for you to practice. Now, just guiding how to practice. Okay. So now, simple sentence also we have, and the question also we have. Another one more sentence. Here so here one line. So gada duan ida gandawa dadara daman jarasi. Gada duan ito gandawa dadara daman jarasi. So okay, this line. Who want to practice? So question actually, but what change? Okay, Wimla. Open your microphone.
Yes, yes, Sayadaw. Kada tuang ito gantua tatara dhamma charasi. Where do you go from? Ito is
Here.
from here
Okay.
and practice the dhamma there.
Okay. And one more time. Gadadwa.
Uh, Kada tuang ito gantua tatra dhammang charasi. Where do you go from here and practice the Dhamma there?
Okay. So Gadadwan Ito Gandawa Dadara Dhamma Jarasi. So when do you go from here and practice the Dhamma there?
Yeah. Thank you, Sayadaw.
Okay. And also in this line, you know, so Dhamman Jarasi and also Gandawa. Okay. So now, so one more sentence. Okay, before going to the number 4, one more sentence. So this line, as a short form, now Doan, so Gachasi. Okay, Doan, so Tatara, Gachasi. But so this buff I will change. So Dhamman Jarito. So Dwan Dhamman Jarito Dadara Gachasi. Dwan Dhamman Jarito Dadara Gachasi. So Dhamman Jarati, we already know that practice the Dhamma. Now just changing the Jarati become the Jarito. So Jarito here, don't is to purpose. Okay, to practice the Dhamma. Okay, to practice the Dhamma. So now, Dwan Dhamman Jarito Dadara Gachasi. Okay, Dwan Dhamman Jarito Dadara Gachasi. So you go there to practice the Dhamma. Dhamman Jarito. Jarito means to practice. Dhamman Jarito means to practice the Dhamma. Dwan Dhamman Jarito Dadara Gachasi. You go there to practice the Dhamma. Okay. So because Gandawa, such a dua form, we have already practiced many sentences even here. Nisi Dawa, Agandawa, and so on. Okay, now so do. Okay. So Dwan Dhamma Jarito Dadara Gachasi. Okay, now who will practice this line? Okay. Jan fine.
Yeah, this Sayadaw.
Okay.
For Yatra so Wasati Ita
No, that line. This line.
Tuam Tuam Dhamma
Yeah, right.
Tuam Dhamma Chakritum Tatra Gachasi. You practice Dhamma and come there.
Mm-hmm. So actually, Doan Dadara Gachasi. You go there.
Go there
Okay.
and practice Dhamma.
Yeah, but here no and. Jarito mean to practice. We change the word, right? So here don't form. Don't is to but
To practice Dhamma.
right.
Yeah.
So Duan Daman Jarito Dadara Gachasi. You go there to practice the Dhamma. Okay, one more time.
Yeah. Tuam Dhamma Charitum Tatra Gachasi. That means you come there to practice Dhamma.
Okay, you go there to practice Dhamma. Okay, and also now this line, the same line. the same line, but I'm both the word. Only a word Gada. Okay. So Dhammanjari don't dadara getchasi. We already know that you go there to practice the Dhamma. But we don't know the time. That is like Gada. When? When do you go there to practice the Dhamma? Okay. Gada means when. When? So you go there to practice the Dhamma, we would when, the Gada, but in English, when do you? When do you go there to practice the Dhamma? Okay. Gada, Dwan, Dhamma, Jarito, Dadara, Gachasi. When do you go there to practice the Dhamma? Okay, now this line. Who will practice? Okay, Wimala.
So I repeat, right, Sayadaw?
Okay.
Kada toàn dhammang charitum tatra gacchasi. That means when you go there to practice the Dhamma.
When? Okay, one more
When,
time.
when,
Okay.
kada when.
Mhm.
When you go there and practice the Dhamma, to practice the Dhamma.
Okay. When do you go there to practice the Dhamma?
Yes.
Now the last line. Okay, the last line is complicated sentence, complex sentence. So because joining two lines together. So that is when we find such a sentence, because here you see wasadi one bath and gachami one bath. So two verb we find that one's a little bit complicated to understand. So that is why, firstly, we need to, divide two lines. So to, understand such a line. Now here, the verb was a D. Okay, after that is one line already we can understand because verb is mostly at the end of a sentence. Okay. So now here you see yadara. That yadara mean, where. So me he was a D me lives. Where he lives. Okay. Where he lives. Now we get it. And then next line. Idani mean now. Ahami I. Dadara mean there. So gachami mean go. But that line we can change. So now I go there. Okay. Because so English phrases, there is after go. So now the meaning of that line is now I go there. Okay. So now we can understand. Now I go there. So I go there. When we see there, what is there? There is quite general. So that is why, to specific, to make specific place. Or there me where he lives. So now I go there where he lives. So if we try to, translate together, maybe a little bit complicated. So now one line, separated in this way. After that, so where he lives. And then now I go there. So now together. So at that time, where is describing there, we can understand. So now I go there where he lives. So that means the place I go there is his place. He lived there. So in this way also can be understood. Okay, Damadra. open your microphone.
Don't forget.
Okay.
Saido, can I put in this way? Where he lives now, I go there.
So that is why, at the very beginning, I explained that one. So commonly in the line, firstly, we need to find, so agandawa, and then after that, the nicity. So through that above, so ida ni ito agandawa is one phrase, ida nicity is one phrase. So the word, any word before the verb is connected with just that verb, not with the other.
Oh,
Simply can be understood like this. So this ida also, even though close to the agandawa, no ida agandawa, ida means nicity.
I see.
It mean in this way.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Bante.
Okay. So that is why, yadara so wasadi idani dadara kachami. Now I go there where he lives. Okay. Yadara so okay, Hado.
Yes, Sayadaw. For the Idani Sayadaw, whether we can think that it's go with the first phrase Sayadaw, it means that where he lives now,
Also, okay.
I go there.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
actually, this one is a very short sentence just to understand, phraseology, phrase by phrase. So later, maybe part three also with the time expression, second three also with the time expression at that time. So that one will be complicated to understand. At that time, so need to follow this instruction.
Yes, Sayadaw.
Yeah.
And also, is there another possibility that I like that Yatraso Wasati Idani, so we can understand it in the questions mark, question sentence, like where does he live now? I go there.
No more. So that is why, this yadra is not question. So that is why, when I introduce the adverbs, the yadra is even though where, but not question, but just to relate ya and the ya, where and there.
Yeah.
Not for the question in Pāļi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's questions, it should be katra
Of
or
course.
katra.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is why, we can note that all the question for the expressing who or where or what. So for the WH question, all of those were starting with the ka.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Sarah.
That is a
And
here katara, kata, and the kuhe, and the kahan, and the kudo, and the kata. You see, all question will start with the ka.
yes, yeah. Thanks, Sarah. And for the last point, Sarah, that idani, whether it also can stand after the verb or before the verb, it also can be possible.
So for the idani is rarely, so especially before the verb. But maybe some only be a place or location is after the verb also can be found. But sometimes, such a expression for the time is not a single word, maybe a phrase, time expression or a phrase also can be found the after verb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah, very much. Yeah.
Okay. So now this line also, you can practice in this way. And then, so instead of saying yadara, dadara, and then, so the other symbol line also, you can see, for example, so ida agachati. But the other one we have not learned yet. That is why. So, and then, sorry. For example, Sahayako. So, for example, archery, how to say? No, so okay, later leave it, because so when we will need to learn another vocabulary also. Now just the instead of the yadara, for example, so yato, or for example, the other one. So yadara so was a D, and dadara, you know, hangachami or something in this way also. And then for the Thai expression, so for example, yada and the dada. So dadara. So for example, sayati. And then the other one. So ida. So dhamma jarami. So in this way, at the time you see, so we can put the yada, and then here dada. So yada mean when. Now this line also, briefly, yada mean when, so mean he, dada mean there, sayadi mean lines. Okay, lines down there. Now the meaning of that one. And then next line is the da, mean there. Hami I damanjarami me. So I practice. So the Dhamma. So here. Okay. So when he lies down there, then I practice the Dhamma here. Just mention the time. While he's sitting there at the time, I am practicing the Dhamma here. So in this way also, so the joining with the yada and the dada. So especially this number 4 is, I just want you to understand the how ya and da are used in to join two lines. Okay, to join two lines. Okay, so this one also later on, I will extend and I will explain more. So now time's already over. So let's stop here. Okay, Damadra.
Bante, I just want to reconfirm. The adverb itu, is it falls under two adverb from place and from time? Itu.
Yeah. Either from here or from them, or from that time, like that.
Oh, that means from adverb of place and adverb of time.
I'm right.
Oh, thank you, Bante. Thank you, Saido. Thank you.
Okay.
Excuse me, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are also the situations of, for example, Sarah, with number 4, sentence number 4 as well. Now I go there where he lives. So for where he lives there is also in another.
Another what? Sorry. Hello, can you hear me?
Sarah.
Yeah. My line is
Yeah.
lower down. Okay,
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
For the sentence Sarah, that now I go there where he lives. So for the part of where he lives, Sarah, it also have another way that we can do that one. It also can be locative absolute construction that we also can apply in that scenario.
Not
Okay, Sarah.
yet. So actually, located absolute is both above. Will be participle or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So here, just to understand it's so okay. Which is not only that word, but also verb form also need to be changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Sarah. Yeah. Thank you, Sarah, very much. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's stop here for today. Okay, how? Any question? Yeah, open your microphone. Okay, maybe there's some amazing. Okay, so let's stop here by saying sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu.
sadhu. Thank you, Sayadaw.
Thank you, Saido. Good night. Sukiotu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you so much, Sayadaw.
Yeah.
Good night.
And Suki Hotu.
So much.
Thank you, Sayadaw, so much.
Okay.
Take care of your health.